Hi friends, Simit here from InformedTrades.com. Today is February 26, 2014. Time for our daily Forex chart review. Basically, in this session, I review 20-some Forex pairs. The charts I'm looking at share the trades I'm placing. If you are new to any of the concepts I'm discussing, you can join us at InformedTrades.com. We have a big learning section. Personally, myself, I'm a price action swing trader. I'm looking to buy the dips within trends or sell the rallies within downtrends. So that's sort of the approach I'm going for or discussing here. We have a whole bunch of learning material covering a wide variety of markets and methods over at InformedTrades.com. Check it out, register, join us, and participate in our learning community. Okay, so getting started with the Forex charts that I'm looking at. Okay, well actually here right now is a chart of the S&P 500. You can see just real quickly, looks like we are at a resistance level here. So this is actually interesting. You know, this could be seen as a top, but we'll see. Double top forming here. Could head much lower. That's not what I'm trading. The trend is still up. Right, we have this, let's see it at a trend line here. You can see trend is still right there about, you know, touched 1, 2, we can count this, 3, 4, 5 times. Pretty solid trend here. We do have this resistance, so let's see if we can really break below this line. But in any event, some bulls may be cautious, or some bears may be licking their lips over this one. We are seeing some reversal candlesticks at resistance. But getting on to the Forex pairs, I don't have any positions on in the S&P 500. I do have 2 Forex trades on at the moment. One of them is Aussie yen. Okay. I am short Aussie yen. You can see I got short of this black line here, and basically I think we'll need to close below 91.15, below this low right here, 91.10, somewhere around that. We need to close below that before I can move my stop to break even. Let's zoom in a little more. You can see I entered at this black line here. Stop was at this red line, and target profit is this green line down here. Okay, so that's basically where we stand here. Nothing to do. The position's in my favor, which is nice, but we still have a long way to go. The other trade I have on at the moment is New Zealand US dollar. Okay, and here I did enter at this red line, but I also moved my stop there. I moved my stop there after we closed basically here. We closed at that gray line. So I moved my stop to break even, which is right here. So if the market rallies and hits my stop, my account balance will not decline. However, if the price still falls and hits this profit target here, I'll get a closeout for a nice winning trade. Okay, now let's go back to the euro pairs. Euro Australian dollar. Same idea here. You know, I actually have an order on Aussie Swiss. Let's actually take a look at that, which is basically, that's the way I'm trading. Euro and Swiss are very correlated. Not always, but you know, they're not exactly 100% correlation, but they move together a lot, and the Swiss tends to be the inverse. So you see here, you know, if you remember Euro Aussie, I have the black line below the price. It's like a inversion of this chart here. So now here I'm waiting for a rally. If we can rally here, my entry order may expire, and I may not. It's taking longer than I would have liked for price to go here, so I'm probably getting close to cancel this. Just to illustrate, once you see a range like this, you know, that's an accumulation pattern, potentially an accumulation pattern, and market price is gearing up to go up. So we'll see. This order, I may cancel this order soon enough. Okay, going back to Euro Aussie. Yeah, so we see that same tight range forming. We'll see. At this point, the order is still on, and I'll leave it on for the time being. Euro Canada. Yeah. Breakout here. You know, we basically broke out of the channel, came back, test, broke out. We see this with the Canadian dollar and basically our repair. Now it's rallying. I'm still waiting for a pullback here, so we can pull back to really this black line, 149.75. That'd be my favorite level, but we'll see. Depending on how things go, maybe 150.58 could be interesting as well. In any event, it's too early. Still need more of a pullback. Euro pound. Yeah, this is unfortunate because you know I had an entry order to short here. It got stopped out here. I just had my stop. If I had my stop one pip further, I'd be in the money on this now. But so that's just life. I guess in hindsight, my stop was a little too aggressive, so that's something I could be aware of and, you know, protect against false spikes. You know, some spikes are always going to get you because some spikes can be huge, and you don't want to always protect against them because that'll hurt your risk reward. But in this instance, I think I probably should have just had my stop out a little bit further. In any event, now's the time to be in the trade, not to be in already, not to get in now. So I'll need to wait for price to reverse or show signs of reaching a major turning point. Euro yen. Okay. Euro yen, same deal here. We have my entry order here, and I'm being patient with the euro yen, with the yen in general. I have a short Aussie yen trade on, like we saw earlier. That's a bit of an anomaly. I'm generally looking to short the yen, meaning go long all these yen pairs. Euro yen and dollar yen are what I'm focused on. I'm mainly looking at it from a weekly chart. So even though I'm mentioning this every day, my time frame here is a little longer, and so there'll be even more waiting. Euro Kiwi. Yeah, okay. So we do have price consolidating here. Let's see if we can get a breakout of this range here. I don't really want to take any action until we get something that resembles more of a breakout from these converging blue lines. Euro US dollar. Okay. And this is also, you know, to me, this is a bull trend. Euro US dollar is heading up. Now I just need to pull back to buy it. So maybe that's 136. That'd be a really nice level. Could also be, well, okay, I guess 136.20. But basically, in the 136 range, I think is most appropriate. We'll see. At this point, I still need more of a pullback. It looks like this could be a distribution, but let's see it really fall and give some sign that let's see it fall and then see candlesticks suggest bulls are stepping in, mainly at support. And that's always what I'm looking for. You know, a clear trend, price to pull back to support or resistance, and then enter from there. Offer some confirming signals, mainly in the form of candlesticks, and then take it from there. Okay, pound Aussie. Yeah, same as Euro Aussie and Aussie Swiss. Waiting for that pullback. You know, I think there's an opportunity there potentially. We'll see. It has been in this range for a while now. When I start to see a range like this form, I get a little worried because to me it suggests a longer and more powerful move is brewing. Remember, while I do want a pullback, I don't want a powerful one that sends it all the way down here, and that's sort of what I'm seeing now with the Australian dollar. Potentially a big rally coming up. We'll see, though. It's too early to come to that conclusion, in my opinion. Pound Canada. Okay. So we're at this resistance level. Like I mentioned, this could be an interesting counter trend trade. However, I'm watching this to learn. I'm not putting on any counter trend trades at the moment. It is something I hope to incorporate into my game later this year. So I'm definitely watching charts like this carefully, studying it, thinking about it. But I'm not trading it yet. So let's see how Pound Canada fares in that regard. Pound Swiss. Okay, so still in this price channel, you know, just going to wait. Same with, we're seeing this a lot with the Kiwi pairs as well. Wait till it falls to the top or bottom, and then that's our opportunity. Till then, nothing. You know, this is where you want to be in the trade. Just to show, you know, if you bought here at this red candle, it may have been hard to get in exactly, but you know, if you bought here at these major turning points and you hold on for the top, you really, you know, this is, you can get a pretty powerful move. This goes from 44 all the way to over 5,000. So we're talking 600 pips, you know, relatively short amount of time from mid-December to first week of January. But in any event, you know, you got to wait for those opportunities. The majority of the time is spent waiting, and the time trade is actually not that much. Pound yen, at least for this approach, pound yen. This looks a little bearish. I mean, definitely looks like a resistance or a distribution pattern forming, but that might not be so bad because this is the daily chart we're looking at. So I'm mainly thinking about the pound or the yen, excuse me, from a weekly perspective. If we can fall further back to support, that'd be really nice. Pound yen, pound kiwi. Okay, same as pound Swiss. We're in this range. I really don't have much interest in it, so we'll see. You know, until it goes to extreme, top or bottom of the range. Dollar Canada. Okay, this is interesting. We have a pattern of lower highs and a you know, from here to here, and a really sharp reversal candlestick pattern here. So we'll see. I'm still interested in potentially buying if we can fall back here, although the pattern of lower highs suggests we may be in for a bear trend, and maybe finally the Canadian dollar is set for a much larger rally. We'll see. At this point, there's no, let's at least see it fall to, this is another pair to consider. Canadian dollar now is something I'm really considering. For me, it's the learning opportunity, watching the Canadian dollar charts to see if counter trend trading, my ideas on counter trend trading are accurate. You know, for me, I see lower highs, I see this reversal candlestick. This is a great short opportunity. We'll see if it actually plays out that way. We'll see if it can fall to, you know, an imaginary target I have is at least here 109. So it's like 130 pips or so. That's dollar Canada, dollar yen. Dollar yen. Yeah, we've getting. I mean, we surprisingly, I thought this order would have gotten filled now. Sorry, got distracted here for a little bit. Dollar yen. I thought this order would have gotten filled already. I have an entry order here at this black line, and it came very close here. Must have missed it by just a pip or two. This order's still on. It's still pending, so let's see if it gets filled. I'm willing to be patient with the yen pairs, like I've said. Dollar yen, euro yen. I'm looking at it from a weekly perspective. So let's see if that makes any difference. Dollar Singapore. Now this is another one that's in a range, and I'm probably not going to do anything with it, but we'll see. Yeah, so you can see it's in that range. You know, when the trend doesn't strike me as particularly clear, so I mean, I guess you could say it's about, and obviously in hindsight, I really should have entered here. So we'll see. I just didn't find the trend to be super convincing. I hesitated a little bit. Obviously, that was a mistake, but we'll see. We'll see if it falls back here. I still don't think it's a hugely favorable trend. Clearly, I was proven wrong here. Clearly, this was enough, and the market rallied from here. But we'll see. Nothing at this point, at the very least. Let's see if you can get a pullback to 125.80. Okay, so that's it for the dollar pairs. Let's go to the Canadian dollar. Canada Swiss. It's going to be the same as Euro Canada, basically. So we broke out of that price channel. And broke out of this price channel. Now we are looking for a pullback, potentially. If we can get a pullback to 82.33, I think it could be a great opportunity short. We'll see if that happens. That almost happened here. Almost had that order get filled. So maybe I think, you know, I'm having a number of instances where orders aren't getting filled. I think it's often if I move my entry order up just a few pips, I need to find a middle ground. Before they were all getting filled too much, and it wasn't a very good entry. Now I'm being, I think, in the opposite direction, where I'm being too demanding. But I'm not missing by much, in my opinion. So I just want to fine tune it a little bit with my entries. Canada yen. Okay, now this is, it's tempting here for me to view this as a bullish chart. However, the one thing that's stopping me is this moving average is still sloping downwards very much. So we'll see. And the way of playing the yen from the long side for me is with dollar and euro. I'm much more comfortable with the price action on those pairs. This still looks a little range bound to me. The one thing is that Canadian dollar does look like it's gearing up for a rally. So let's see if we can actually close above this black line. That might be enough to shift my opinion that a bull trend is really emerging here. But at this point, that downward sloping moving average is enough to turn me off, and the general, range bound ishness of the price. Okay, so that does it for the Canadian dollar. Now let's go to the Australian dollar. Aussie CAD. And this is another sign. The Canadian dollar looks like it's, gearing up for a rally. It is rallying against the Australian dollar. We see this big red candle yesterday. I'm still more interested in this price action here and really buying the dip. If we can fall to, 98.78 by the end of the week or so, or however long it takes to get to the bottom of this channel, if we can, my dream would be for it to fall to right here, basically where the mouse is, where this black line intersects with a price channel. Hopefully the 200 exponential or 50 moving average could rise to that level by that time. That would be even great. This is also a 50% Fibonacci retracement. So right here is a really sweet spot. If price and time can converge there, that would be great. I'd be very interested in that. But until then, I will wait. Looking for where price and time converge is also a big concept for me. I think that's a major point that's often lost in trading. And a lot of things, like if you're relying on trend lines and obviously Gann, Fibonacci, a lot of them have a time, Elliott wave, a lot of them have a time component, and I really do believe the more I study markets, the more I think understanding time is hugely important. Okay, Aussie Swiss. This is the same as Euro Aussie, so I would have preferred, I still have the entry order on a short from here. I would have preferred that it be filled by now, so if it gets canceled, I usually put on entry orders and I'll give it a week. If it's not filled within a week, I'll reevaluate and often I'll cancel. So let's see if this, or it expires on its own. Let's see if this one stays valid. Aussie yen, I'm in that at the moment. Yeah, so that's going so far so good, although no reason to party just yet. Still have a ways to go. Aussie Kiwi. Okay, another one where I came very close to getting filled, but did not. Yeah, here just need more of a pullback. I mean, the entry order is there to pull back to, if we can get a pullback to the black line. I might be willing to move it to this purple line here, the top of the price channel. But we'll see. I'm still working on how to optimize it. I don't want to chase too much, and if it goes here, I really would like to see a reversal candlestick. So, and I can easily see it breaking out briefly, a spike. That's the perfect entry. If it spikes and I get filled here, so we'll see. It still might get filled. I'm not making any adjustments. That order 108.84 to short Aussie Kiwi, it's still on board. Aussie dollar. Here's another one. Almost got filled yesterday. Man. I mean, we came really close. Let's zoom in to see how close we came. Yeah, I mean, this is within like 3 pips, and this happens to me too much almost. So maybe as a just rule of thumb, I may just sacrifice 5 pips. Although the thing that is, sacrifice 5 pips, that might not seem much if you're looking at it from a daily time frame. Although that means, if you want a 3-to-1 reward risk, if you give yourself 5 pips more of a cushion, you need 15 pips more on the profit to make the 3-to-1 still work. So that's something to think about. 15 pips is starting to be approached the rail. I'm probably still interested to do it, but it is something that, it depends on the currency pair, of course. It is still something that it costs a little bit for me at that point. 5 pips, not so much. 15, all right, now we're starting to, it's starting to be a little more significant, something I want to think about. Okay, so that's Aussie dollar. Missed it by a hair, and it would have been great, right? Or at least so far, down candle. But at least it got filled on the Aussie yen. Okay, Kiwi Canada. This is also potentially interesting counter trend trade, although the fact that we closed above this black line here is a little cause for concern. So, and that's part of my challenge with counter trend trading. You will see patterns like this, but if it's against the trend, it just doesn't work. So I think there's a way to still figure it out, but I'm working on that. And when I see things like this, it tells me, maybe I just haven't figured it out yet. We'll see. I may need to do more back testing on that. I have trouble back testing because to me there's still a real subjective element to price action. I haven't found a back testing tool, for instance, that can really identify support and resistance and all the factors the way that I do. I'm sure one out there exists, and I'm certainly sure one could be created, and we've talked about this in videos before. Automation is definitely an important part of trading, but the human brain still has some advantages, can synthesize a wide variety of information and adapt in a way that I think computers can do it, but it requires a lot of technical talent to create that. It's not easy for computers. We're not at a point where that type of a software application can be produced, mass-produced, inexpensively and maintained, and it's no big deal, and you can get a real discount on your phone type of thing. So until then, I'll rely, on the old school, looking at the charts, manually identifying opportunities, at least until I can find a way to sufficiently automate it or come up with a way that truly works. Kiwi Swiss we're looking at right here, still in the middle of that range, so I just sort of ignore it. Let's see if it can fall to the top or bottom, or break out, or clearly establish a clear trend one way or the other. Let me zoom out a little bit here. Oh, what's going on there? Okay, so this could be actually a major base forming. Let's see actually what it looks like on the weekly chart. Yeah, I'm really more interested in buying it at the bottom, but we'll see. At this point, I'm not interested in doing anything. It still has to move a fair bit more to a support or resistance level before I'll be interested. Kiwi Yen. Okay, so still same as, I'm trading the same price action we're seeing on Euro Yen, Pound Yen, Dollar Yen. I'm mainly focused on the Dollar and Euro Yen. So nothing else, nothing really I'm doing with Kiwi Yen, although it looks like it might be getting ready to make the pullback that I've been waiting for. We do see that little bit of a range here. So that may be setting the stage for a 150 pip fall, which I would need to get filled. Kiwi Dollar. Oh yeah, well I'm in this already. Stops at break even. So so far so good. Let's see if price can keep heading down to the target down here. That's about it. Not placing any trades today, so just a day of watching, always learning as you're going through this. So even if you don't place trades, that's fine. If you chase an opportunity, chances are that's going to cause more damage. You could lose money, and just the act of going through charts, you have to put in your chart time. You have to, really spend time looking at it. It's just like anything else. There's that 10,000 hour rule. Put in 10,000 hours looking at charts, and I think you can get much more proficient in technical analysis and trading. Anyway, that's about it. I have a whole bunch of information, learning material over on InformedTrades.com. Check it out. Join, participate in our community, and we will see you tomorrow. Best of luck in your trading.